Hey everyone, welcome to the video on Chainlink today. This is Wednesday. It is April 8th, 2020, and I want to do an update on Chainlink. I want to make it pretty quick because there's not a whole lot that's really changed here. But of course, before I get into this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You are responsible for your own trades, manage your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my humble opinion on the market. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and dive into the chart. I'll make sure and flip it over so we can see it this time. All right, so I'm taking a look at Chainlink. And again, all of my charts, all of my videos I don't really prepare these ahead of time, so I haven't made an analysis of this, taken a look at things yet. So I do have, a few things here that I want to cover. I've been talking with somebody on the Discord server in private messages here over the last couple days about identifying channels, and I think this is going to be a good lesson for identifying channels. And something I probably should have seen before we got to this point. The last video update that I did, we were talking about, we had A, B, C going in for the D, and then we're going to be basically coming up here for the E. And the E usually overthrows, which that's kind of what it did over here. It overthrew, but it didn't get rejected. And then the stop loss, whenever you're playing a wedge, right, your stop loss should be on the other side of this C, which is what we did, right? So, the risk was, 4% loss. You could have, pulled out a little bit less of a loss there, but nonetheless, we did violate that and we broke up and we actually did a little bit of a bullish retest on this. So this trade setup obviously didn't work. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So what I want to look at is, okay, well, if that wasn't the case, then what is going on? If that wasn't a wedge, what is going on here? And I'm going to move to a 4-hour time frame just to compress things just a little bit because I still want to take a look at this price action here. I'm going to get rid of this guy, and what I think probably at this point, I think this was the 3, this was the 4 here, and then we went down for the 5. Right, so we'll try and get that as close as possible. All right, so this would be the 5 down here. So this would be basically of this B. So basically what we've got down here, we have our A. Let me go back further. All right, so from up here, we have the A, we have the B, and I still think we're putting in the C. And it would have been, this would be too quick for us to put this in. So what I'm thinking, based on the price action that I see right now, is we have a 5, we're going to be working on a 3, and then we're going to be putting in the 5 to pull ourselves down here to the C. I still think, just out of all honesty, I still think we're going to go down to $1. Question is, how long is it going to take for us to get there, and what's going to happen? Somebody says, is this a leading diagonal? I don't think I would call this a leading diagonal. What I can see here, I want to point out just a couple things. I want to point out this high right here, and when I point out this high right here. All right, and then as far as the lowers go, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my parallel channel. I'm going to take my magnet and put it right here on this guy right there, and I'm going to pull this thing over, and what we can see is we've got a touch down here, we've got a touch right here, and we've got a touch right here, and then if I pull this guy up, another thing that we can see, and I'm going to pull this over so we can see it a little better, we've got a touch here and we've got a touch here, so it looks pretty good. And more than that, we're getting some resistance here at the median, which this is what you would want to see when you're trying to identify a channel. You want to see resistance at the uppers and at the lowers, but then you also want to see equal resistance here at the median. Okay, so if we happen to break through this, then I do think it is possible that we break up higher. It's possible that we go up to about 375 if we break this median. Okay, so we've got to pay attention to this guy right here. Pay attention to this median. If we can break up above that, then I think there's a good potential that we do move ourselves over time higher to maybe 375 or even $4, depending on how long this takes. If Bitcoin does continue to make its move to the upside, then it's very possible that this happens. Now, what does this look like here? All right, so if we're taking a look at this from here, we're saying, potentially an A, B, C into the A, B, C into the B, right? So we'll go here. So we've got basically A, B, C up here into the A, and then we'll pull this again, A, B, C into the B, right? So then we've got this from here, where we've got an A, I'm going to get rid of these lines, the B, and then we're going to be moving in for the C. So let's just see if this makes sense. I need to remove the waves here. This is driving me crazy. All right, so we'll remove these, take a look at these. I'm going to change the degree on the larger. So the degree on the larger wave structure, I'm going to give this a submicro so we can see the difference here. Maybe just give it a different color just to satisfy my OCD here. We're going to give this a slightly different color. This seems to work out okay. And then again, when you're trying to measure an ABC, what you're going to be looking at, a push up to the high from the low and then a pullback and see where we land. So if this is going to be the B, very easily we can see ourselves pushing up here to about 325 to 356. If we do happen to make our way back up to $4, even if it happens back here, chances are pretty good this isn't an A, B, C. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3. So there's that to pay attention to. But then there's also this high over here that we do need to recognize. That still takes us up. That still takes us up higher, right? So this could take us up higher. Still looking at this $4 mark to be a reversal. But the channel is what I would give the most weight to. Just the fact that we are seeing resistance here at the median as you would expect, and you're seeing the support down here at the bottom, and you're seeing the resistance up here at the top. I think this is the channel that is in play. And so, without spending a whole lot of time digging into this, I would say that chances are pretty good this is an A, we're working on the B, and then here is the C that we are in the midst of right now. If we can break above this median, I do think that, likely we do come up here and retest this upper, which again, looking for $3.75 to $4. Is this a safe trade right now? No. No, this is not a safe trade. I think there is a greater probability that we get rejection here at the median versus going up here to the upper. And the only reason why I say that is because we've got the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12 hour all in overbought conditions right now. This is showing, really tremendous signs that we're going to see a bigger drop here sooner rather than later. So this hourly is crossing up. The 3 hour is crossed up, the 12 hours crossed up, which means that we're going to see higher prices more than likely. But I think that we've reached the area of diminishing returns, and so if you're in Chainlink, that's great, right? So if you counter traded me on the Chainlink trade and you said no, we're not going down, we're going to continue moving up, then you're likely in profit, right? So kudos to you. I'm not in a Chainlink trade right now, obviously, right? Because I was expecting it to go down further, so I'm not in Chainlink. I was waiting for the dollar to hit. I still think it's going to hit. I just think it's going to take a little more time. We may be looking for like maybe May or June before a dollar hits on Chainlink. But right now it does look like it wants to push up just a little bit more. Pay attention to that median. Pay attention to the median up here, because this is going to be what you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking for a rejection here. It looks like about $3. $3 is likely where you're going to see the rejection. Probably going to start seeing some bearish divergence. We've already started to see a little bit on the hourly. But nonetheless, I do think that this is probably good. Actually, I'm looking at a 2 hour chart. I'm not looking at an hourly. Let me flip this over and see what this looks like on the hourly. My apologies. So the hourly does look like it wants to push up. Yeah, it's setting up for some good bearish divergence on this as well. We already saw a little bit of bearish divergence here, which caused it to move down, and we've pulled up. Now we're likely going to be seeing some bearish divergence again. But yeah, it does look like it's setting up for another move up to about $3 at least, which is only about 12 cents from where it's at now. It's not really worth it because if you're taking a look at this from a percentage point of view, you're really taking a look at a potential 4% gain. So if you want 4%, go for it. You can make 4% off of this more than likely. It's probably going to move from $2.88 up to $3. Now from $3, that's where things really are going to get a little choppy. I think probably it's going to likely move back down here to this lower, which is going to be about 240 to 250. So keep an eye on that, guys. But that's what I think is going to happen with Chainlink. I think it's probably going to get rejection here at the median again, which is again likely going to be about $3. If it does break through and hold above $3 on like a 2 or a 3 hour time frame, then I do think it has a potential to go up to $4, which is pretty significant, right? So that's a 33% gain. That's a lot better than 3 or 4%. But we've got to break up and hold above $3 and do a bullish retest of $3. So if we can break up, go to like maybe 305, 310, and then spike down to $3, I think we can recharge and go up here to $4. But again, we have to break above this for that to happen. And right now, this is not looking like something that I would be willing to buy. There's plenty of other things out there that are that look better to buy right now. This is not looking like something that is worth buying at the moment. So I'm out. I'm out for right now, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. But if we can see ourselves break above $3 to a bullish retest to $3, I would say I'd be willing to buy $3 and then sell up here closer to $4, which is where you're going to be finding a lot of resistance. So, prior support turned resistance. Now I would expect that to be resistance as well. So very possible that we do go up here to $4, but I would say the higher probability is we get rejected at $3. But if we break above $3, I'll buy $3 and then take it up to $4, and that's where I would be willing to get out. All right, guys, if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, and tell your friends. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. Stay happy, stay healthy.